Hello class, today we are looking at subtracting integers. Now for this we only need to know how to subtract integers using integer tiles and using symbolic work. As far as tiles go, we want to remember that subtracting means take away. So in question A we need to start with 3 negative tiles. So we're going to draw 3 unshaded circles for our negatives. And we are instructed to take away 2 negatives. So I want to look at what I've already drawn. Without drawing anything extra, I want to look to see if I can see 2 negatives, and I can right here. So I need to take those away, so I'm going to circle them. I'm going to draw my takeaway arrow to represent the fact that those ones are going away. Now what remains is going to be our answer. So 1 negative tile remains, and so our answer is -1. In terms of our symbolic work, our rule is to add the opposite. So we're going to take our original subtraction equation and we're going to add the opposite. What add the opposite means is, first off, leave the first integer alone. First integer was -3, it is still -3. The add part of add the opposite is to change the subtraction sign in between the integers into an addition sign. So that's already done for us in this question. And then the opposite part means to take our second integer, -2, and write the opposite. The opposite of -2 is +2. Now we don't need to think about the original question anymore. We can just complete this adding question, and it will have the same answer as the subtracting question. So when we look at our -3 plus +2, those have different signs, one negative, one positive, and it is our negative number that is bigger. And 3 is bigger than 2, and the 3 is negative here. As far as our numbers then, since we had different signs, we need to subtract our numbers. So 3 take away 2 gives us 1. And we're going to put those two pieces of information together into our answer. The sign is negative, and the number is 1. Obviously, we got the same answer for the same question using tiles and symbolic work, which is good because it's the same question. Let's take a look at question B. We've got +4 take away -5. We're going to start by drawing our +4. That's 4 shaded in circles. Now I'm instructed to take away 5 negatives. And looking what I have here, I don't have 5 negatives to be able to take away. So when I don't have enough tiles to begin with, I need to draw 0 pairs until I do see 5 negatives that I can take away. So if I draw 1 0 pair here, I still don't see 5 negatives. A second 0 pair, I still don't see 5 negatives. Third, fourth, nope, fifth. Okay, now I can see 5 negatives to take away. Here are 5 negative tiles right here. So now I can circle those and take them away. Obviously, I'm only instructed to take away 5 negatives only. So I'm going to circle only 5 negatives and take those away. And what do I have left? Well, I have 9 total positive tiles left. And so our answer is +9. Again, in terms of our symbolic work, we want to go ahead and add the opposite. So we're going to leave our first integer alone. +4 is still +4. Our subtract sign has become adding. And we want to change our second integer to the opposite. -5 becomes +5. Now we can work through the whole process here. They're the same sign, so we can add our numbers. 5 plus 4 gives us 9. Positive is +9. But of course, if you look at this new question we've written, we've got 4 plus 5, which of course is 9. Okay, so that is how we add integers when we are subtracting. We want to convert our subtraction question into adding the opposite. So add the opposite sign, and you'll be good to go. Okay. Likewise, we can do the same thing in question 2. So if we take a look at question 2, we want to rewrite the question as adding the opposite. We're going to leave our first integer alone. +2 is still +2. We've changed subtract to add, and we want to change our second integer to its opposite, which is +1. Now +2 plus +1, both of those are positive. We're going to add our numbers. 2 plus 1 is 3, and our positive together makes the solution +3. Now, of course, the solution to our subtracting equation is the same as the solution to our new adding equation. We know that those will be equivalent. Question B, we're going to leave our first integer alone. -4 is still -4. Subtract becomes add, and +5 becomes its opposite, which is -5. Both of those signs there are negative now in our adding question, so we need to add our numbers. 4 plus 5 is 9. Both signs were negative, so the answer is -9. And of course, that would be the same as the original subtracting question answer. Leave the first integer alone. -4 is still -4. Subtract becomes add, and our -3 becomes its opposite, which is +3. In this new adding question, we have different signs. One is negative, one is positive. The negative number is bigger, so we want to go ahead and subtract the numbers. 4 take away 3 is 1, and we'll keep the sign of that bigger number, in this case, negative. We again know that the solution to our subtracting question will be the same as the solution to our new adding question. And with question D, we're going to leave our first integer alone. +6 is still +6. Subtract becomes add. And our 8, this is +8, becomes -8 as our opposite. Now we have positive and negative, different signs. The negative number is bigger. We need to subtract our numbers. 8 take away 6 is 2, and we're going to keep that sign of our bigger number. Our answer is -2. Okay, and that's all there is to subtracting integers, either with tiles or with symbolic work. Hope that helped.